Hello and welcome back to the pod, the Pit of Doom. Right, it's been a long time, and those that have seen the previous videos know that I've had a gammy leg. That's no better, but I've decided to do a bit of running and just try and put a little video together before Christmas so that I can finish the year off with something positive. It's the first time I've actually been out here and done any proper running for several weeks, really, since the last video. I've done a couple of little bits and pieces, but nothing sort of serious. So today's a chance to run some trains and put a video together, and hopefully we can see what's happening. So I'm just looking to see where I am with the train. I've got both trains running, as you might be able to see in the video, but I've got the crossover over here set so that the trains are actually crossing over and doing that. So both trains are doing both circuits at the same time. I'll show you what I mean. So the one there has just gone along through the yard and is now crossed over and will come up through the outer loop onto the high level. At the same time, this one is going through the high level. I've turned the sound off, by the way, so that you can actually hear my ramblings and grumblings and mumblings. So there we go, that one's going around there, and this one I'm probably going to have to slow down a little bit in a minute because it's following close behind. And as we've got no signals, it's probably going to run in the back of the other one, so I'm just going to slow this one down a little bit at the moment in the loop. So that's coming around the high level, and this other one now that was on the high level has come through this side here and will come through on the low level around here. So as you can see, things are running pretty well considering it hasn't been touched or cleaned for some considerable time, and so far, touch wood, no derailments. There's a bit of stock parked out here with a couple of 60s and the rather grubby 47, and then around in the main stabling point we've got some 37s, some 73s and that sort of thing parked up around there. Again, the mojo really has gone of late. I could have come out and done some weathering, but really, I mean, those two wagons there, look, they desperately need weathering like the first one. They're screaming at me now, weather me, as is most of the other stock on the layout. So yeah, I've got a lot of weathering to do. I've got to get back into it and get my mojo. And hopefully that will come as the weather gets changeable and I want to come out here a bit more. But right, let's run something else now, and I'll catch you again later in the video. We need to change some locos over here. Right, let's catch you later on. bollocks. I've reset the tracks now so they're both on individual circuits and not crossing over. So as I move down here to the lifting door section, you see the 33s coming round on the engineer's train. There's going to be a bridge there, and that will be the entrance to the fill yard. The two tracks in the foreground here, I'm actually having a point coming off just around here in the fiddle yard, so there'll be a point coming off about here from the fiddle yard with a second point here, which will give me two tracks to come around, which will end around about there somewhere, and that would just be a head shunt to park some stock in. I could put a grass embankment up here and put this into a cutting, but being all track Peters and liking lots of track and storage for later on when I get more stock, I've decided to do this. They will go further out, more like that. There will be room for grass here, but it won't be quite such a steep cutting, which will give me more visual effect there anyway, and then there'll be obviously an embankment or something back in that corner. But I wanted some more storage area for later on, maybe not for now, as I say, because I haven't got much stock. But as things progress, if the layout stays, then I will need room for more stock. So 33's coming around now with the engineer's train. I'd like some more ruds and clams and that sort of thing as well later on, and also some more sea cows to make up a dedicated train of sea cows and then a dedicated train of the likes of Ruds and Clams and that sort of thing as well. So that's something for the future, but at the moment I've just got it as one long engineer's train. There are a couple of turbots there as well, but to be honest, the couplings on those are all over the place, and I've got a job to mix those with the Bachmann stock. The two back scenes you see there, they were complimentary with the Railway Modeller for this month. There is an article inside telling you that if you turn them over and iron them behind, you can get rid of the creases that you can see there, and then you can fix them on the back scene. I probably won't use them because they are really good, but they make my back scene look a little bit amateurish, so I should stick with just what I've got rather than buy any more of that. But I'm a little bit peed off because my Kingsmill TMD layout from about, I think it was 2019, was supposed to be in the January Railway Modeller, but they've delayed that now apparently until the June edition, so I've got to wait until June now before that article appears in the old toddler. So there we go. So we'll finish off with these couple running around, then I'll swap some stock over. In fact, I'm going to stop the 33 in the loop. It's coming in with its train. The loops have actually come out a lot longer than I expected, so I'm really pleased with that. And I'm going to stop the 47 and the oil tanks in the back road in the fiddle yard. No, they're coming through in the main road in the fiddle yard. Never mind, I can stop them anywhere. And I'll swap some stock over and we'll put something else on. Right, let's have a look and see what else we've got. So this time we've got the 60 coming through on the cement train. And just derailed in the other direction. There's a load of wagons behind the 47. So once again, cut the video off, switch off and go indoors. So it's uncoupled there. And we've got a little bit of a disaster at this end here, so right, there we go. Let's put this down for a second. Shut this noise off. There we go. Right, okay. Yeah, so a short session. Hang on, square the camera up a bit. Otherwise it looks like I'm on a slope. There we go, that's better. Right, yeah, just I should sort this out. It's the couplings, and I know exactly what it is. The SPA coupling on there. The first ones I had, the first batch, I never had any problems with, but these later ones I seem to be getting problems with. I have put lead weights inside to try and give it some weight, and that certainly has helped. I mean, this was running in a previous rake that you saw just now, and no problem at all. So it's a combination really of that coupling alongside the Helgen cargo wagon coupling, which is a problem, and that one down there uncoupled, which again is a Helgen cargo wagon, and that one uncoupled from a Bachmann wagon there. So again, maybe it's because I'm using KDs, maybe I should go back to the old-fashioned hook couplings, which I loathe and detest, but I've had to use them on there because you put KDs on here and they're the wrong height. For Bachmann stock and Bachmann locos, and the same sort of thing with most of it. So I've got to standardise on the couplings. I'm going to get a lot better running if I do that, even though it's not exactly what I want. I'm probably not going to do much more this year now. I haven't done much over the last few months, but get Christmas and New Year out of the way. I've been busy with the band doing bits and pieces. We've got a couple of gigs booked up. We've actually cancelled the New Year's Eve gig because there's a change of landlord and things were not as we wanted, so we've changed that. I've got a couple of new guitars. I'll just show you those briefly. I've got there's a few down there in the rack. The 335's on loan to a friend of mine, but I've got a new precision bass there, and I've also got a vintage modified bass there, a 70s style with the block inlays in natural wood. So Fender and a Squier there. That was actually wrong what I said just now. This is a P bass, which is the precision, which is the original Fender bass. It's got the single split coil pickups, whereas a jazz bass has two individual pickups. Slightly different body shape on the jazz as well. It's got the area that comes down that bottom corner a little bit more. So that's the jazz bass and precision bass. So yeah, just to correct myself, and I've got another candy apple red precision, Daphne blue jazz, brown sunburst or tobacco sunburst jazz, natural walnut there, which is the one that you saw just now, and then my Fender Strat, which is Hank Marvin style Fiesta red with all the gold hardware. So there we go. Couple of new bits there. So yeah, back to the railway. Thanks again for watching, and as I say, hopefully come the new year I'm going to get back on with things. My mate Kevin's away on holiday at the moment, and when he comes back, he usually kicks me back into life and gets some enthusiasm. I've got no local friends around here. When I lived up in Derbyshire, I had several mates that it was a phone call. I'll be over in 10 minutes, get the kettle on, and we'd have a brew and put the world to rights, have a running session, and it was great. As you probably saw in some of the previous videos of Kings Morton and layouts like that. I haven't got that since I've moved down south here, and Kevin's an hour's drive away, which is fine in the summer, but of a winter's evening, you know, bad weather, you set off, you've got an hour's drive, have 2 or 3 hours, and then another hour's drive back home in the darkness. And it's the same for Kevin when he comes down here, works both ways. So there we go. But anyway, look, Merry Christmas to you all, Happy New Year, happy modelling, and thanks once again for watching, and I'll catch you all in 2023, I hope. Cheers now. Bye.